Hi, today we're going to be talking about sight words, and with dyslexic people, sight words can really trip them up because we're looking at a word that does not sound the way we see it. So we're going to go ahead and look at it. I have several ways of doing sight words here at home. One is 3x5 cards. 3x5 cards are my favorite. I have invested many dollars into 3x5 cards. Run down to the dollar store, you can get about $200-300, I'm thinking, for $1. We literally have probably more than 2,000-3,000 3x5 cards here at home, and we use them for everything, whether it's math, Latin, language, whatever. We use it. So here we go, sight words. Our is something that my daughter really struggles with. She always wants to say your. So one way you can do it is you have a flashcard. These are actually made, but you can actually purchase cards like this. Or you can make it on a 3x5 card or find, at your local teacher supply store one of these. But here we have the word our, and it says our grandmother will be here soon. So you can do it like this, or here's had. I really like this one. We made this one up ourselves. The princess had to kiss the frog to make him her prince. So, and you have the princess, the frog, and hugs and kisses. Here's another one. If, and the sentence is, what if it rains? And we have our raindrop and our umbrella. And the kid sees this, and it really helps them to see the word in a new light, because again, dyslexics see in pictures. They don't really necessarily see in words. So what we do is we have a list of about 15 to 20 sight words that we go through a day, and what we'll do is I'll show the sight word and she will read it off. And on her desk, she will kind of air write on her desk where her finger is physically on her desk, and she'll say off as she sees it, and then she'll write it O-F-F, off. And she pulls her finger along the word to say the word again, off. It's really cute. I have a student that will spell the word, and if she messes up, she erases it, and then she starts over, O-F-F, off. So we say the word. And you just go through your list of sight words and so forth. One of the things that we do here at home is we do controlled reading. Wherever level she's reading at, whether it's, there's always a specific spelling rule that we're dealing with. So for instance, we're dealing with, in this book right here, we're dealing with the C and the G rule before, when E, I, or Y follows it. And she reads these words, then she reads the sentences, and then usually she reads a controlled story with along those same lines of that spelling rule. And what we'll do is then we'll go over our sight words, and we'll do our spelling, T-H-O-U-G-H-T, thought. Another thing that we do, instead of writing it, my daughter will use sign language, and the word might be through, and she'll say T-H-R-O-U-G-H, through. And sign language is very beneficial with dyslexic people because, again, it's kind of tactile, and you're using actions rather than trying to spell it. It's just another use in your brain that you're using. So there is a video series called Signing Time. It's Signing Time with Alex and Leah, and there's a frog in it, and it's really cute. You can get it at your local library. Usually they have the DVDs. Definitely invest in those DVDs. Have your kid learn sign language because they can spell with their hands, and they can count all on one finger. So if you're going to learn sign language, start with the basics. ABCs, 1, 2, 3s. So here's another example where we've just taken our own 3x5 cards, and here the word is through, and we have a dotted line that is going through the word, and here's a ball, and you might say Jack kicked the ball through the words. I had a student that I'm tutoring that just was having a hard time with this word, and we did this picture, and after that she was able to get it instantaneously. It's just something about the words that make it fun. So now you've done your controlled reading, you've done your sight words. Now you want to dictate to your child these sight words on a piece of paper, have them put their name, their date, And we do everything in pen. We do even math. We do pen and math, or we do it on the whiteboard. There's just always a pen, and we use fun colors. My daughter uses gel pens, so it's just better. If she messes up, she scratches out, she starts the word again. I'd rather have a messy piece of paper than her spend time erasing and erasing and erasing. So use a colored pen. So I will dictate maybe 4 words out of our controlled reading for the special sound that she's dealing with. Then we'll do 4 sight words, and then we'll do a sentence. Depending on your child, you can do 2 or 3 sentences, but start off small. And what I do then is, if she gets it correct, I put a happy face on it. If she gets it wrong, I do not mark it. I rewrite the word correctly, and then on the back, I write the word, and then she has to write it 3 times each. I don't put a big X on it, you know, red lettering. I use fun colors because they want to know that their goals are achievable and that there's a reward. So if they get it right, they get a happy face on their paper, and if they get it wrong, they just write the word 3 times. With your sight words, after you've dictated to them, if they've gotten that word right, put a stamp on your word, on your card, or a happy face, or if it's a boy, you know, a baseball, or, you know, if you're a really great artist, you know, R2-D2. And if they get it right 3 times when you've dictated it in a week or 2 weeks, retire the word. And what I mean by retire, pull it out of the deck, but revisit it in a month. Bring the word back, because there will come a time where they forgot how to spell that word because, or people, or even hour. They will forget. So retire the word for a few weeks and then bring it back, and then add and take away your sight words. I hope this makes sense. I'm trying to go fast because I only have a certain amount of time. Then make sure you have, and so again, with the star or the stamp, it gives them an instant gratification. There's an instant reward. Start a reading log for your child. On here I have all my, this is new for this year. She has to earn 12 stars. Every day that she reads, she gets a star. And once she earns 12 stars, she gets a reward that we have written down on here. I cross it off so I know that she's received her reward. Some of the things that she has on here are colored pens, going and spending $1 at the dollar store, Jamba Juice. She has to have 2 charts. Frozen yogurt, she has to fill out 3 charts, and she learns the art of saving. Say you don't have a lot of money to be spending, you know, you're homeschooling. What homeschooler has a whole lot of money to spend? Do things like 30 minutes of TV, 30 minutes of video games, 30 minutes where mom will actually go outside and kick the ball with you. Think of something fun. I have one student that told her mom, well, I want you to make me a chocolate cake. So she gets 12 stars, mom makes her a chocolate cake. There's so many different, you know your kid best, so you know what rewards they would like for you to do. Games. Let's talk about games. Candyland is something that most families have. We have received 4 through birthday parties and have had so many of Candyland. They're really inexpensive. I think they're about $10 at Walmart or Target. And what I've done is I've taken my blank cards, and I do leave some blank, and I've put my sight words on it. So here we would have the word his, and you would do it the same way. What does this word say? This word says his. Okay, H-I-S, his. Great, you can now move on. And say they might be saying a word that sounds like it, but it's not quite the same word. Make them use the word in a sentence so that they know, and you know that they understand the word. For the characters, I make the word a little harder. Another thing that you could do is write the word. So we have no and the word no. So we have the word no, don't do that, and the word I know everything on there. This is actually says new, but I couldn't find the card. And you know, say they come across it, and you say, well, which no is it? And they might say, well, Daddy said no to having cookies for dinner, and you would say, well, no, that's the kind of no as in I know the answer. And, you know, again, have them use the word in a sentence to make sure that they understand it. Say your child is actually older, you know, 6th, 7th grade, and they're the dyslexic, and then unfortunately for them, there's a younger kid in the house that's a better reader than them, you know, maybe say, little Jack needs help with his game and learning his sight words, and you're talking to the older dyslexic kid, use that kid and say, go and do it. Go and help your kid. And then they don't feel like they're playing a baby game. They're more like helping a younger sibling, but they're getting the sight words in. Another thing that you could do is, say you're dealing with special sounds. Create flashcards for your special sounds. We have C8 says ch as in chocolate. And maybe they're trying to spell a word, you know, and you can just put that flashcard down in front of them, and it helps them to remember. We'll talk more about this in another video, but utilize your 3x5 cards. Create posters. Maybe your sight word poster has 3 rows in it, and child is so tired of doing math. Say, okay, get up, give me 30 jumping jacks and read row 1 of your sight words. Or you can, you know, go online and print up sight word bingo. There's so many ways that you can do it, and you can do it for free. But make it fun. Make sight words and just learning fun, and make them want to enjoy it. So I hope that this helps you. I'm sorry that I'm talking so fast, but I only get a certain amount of time to do it. Please feel free to ask any questions or even send your ideas, because we're always open to new games and new ideas of how to read better. Thank you.